Good morning. The reading this week is Mark 4, verses 35 to 38. Other boats came along. A huge storm came up. Waves poured into the boat and threatened to sink it. And Jesus was in the stern, head on a pillow, sleeping. They roused him, saying, "Teacher, is it nothing to you that we're going down?" Well, hello there, and good morning, beautiful people. It's time for a chat with Robbie. Let's call him out. 1, 2, 3. Robbie!
Sorry, Doug, I don't have time for chat today. I have to get ready for the big storm.
What are you talking about, Robbie? You aren't expecting a blizzard in June.
Get serious, Doug. A blizzard in June? That would take a miracle. A thunderstorm, maybe. That'll be more typical. And maybe with some hail.
Yes, I see your point. We've had some thunder recently.
No, I mean a storm like in the gospel lesson today.
Oh, you mean like the one in Mark? The storm that Jesus quells with a stern word?
Yes, speaking of miracles.
If you are still worried about storms, I guess that the gospel doesn't speak to you then.
Don't get me wrong, Doug. I'm glad that God is with me when the inevitable storm comes, just like the disciples were glad that Jesus was with them in the boat. They were, a little concerned when he was sleeping on the job.
But Jesus quickly jumps into action.
Yes, and on the surface level, that is a great story. Clickbait headline, Jesus saves multitude from violent storm. But that still isn't the storm I'm talking about. I don't think Mark was going for the clickbait version either.
Oh, this is from the Bible. So I'm not surprised there is another message in there, I guess. Tell me more.
Mark was talking about faith and fear, not storms and violence.
Oh, with the waves crashing over the side of the boat? Sounds like a big enough storm to me.
Remember we talked before about having the faith the size of a mustard seed? And even with Jesus in their own boat, they were still frightened.
You could be right about that, Robbie. But if you compare it with the rest of Mark's writing, he is also showing Jesus as the Messiah, the foretold prophet.
And I bet Jesus was annoyed that the disciples had seen him healing people and doing things with the magic loaves and the catfishes. And they were still surprised when he calmed the waters.
Robbie, earlier you said you were preparing for the storm. Obviously, you don't mean the Bible storm or a blizzard or a thunderstorm.
Oh, yes, right. I need my faith to be ready for the storm in our church. Have you heard about the kids that died in the school? The one with the
graves? Yes, it was disturbing and hard to hear. It is still very upsetting given what we already know about what happened with residential schools.
The story brings it all up again, like poking a wound or getting soap in your eye. It just hurts everyone.
Especially the First Nations folks who are being re-traumatized. So are you thinking of this wave of grief and suffering as a storm for the church?
That's it. It takes strong faith to admit that a wrong occurred, to commit to make amends, to do no additional harm, and to remain accountable even if I was not personally involved in that wrong.
That does sound very hard. I don't think I can do that on my own.
It's like the waves are washing over the side of the boat and we're going to go under.
But Jesus is in our boat, showing us the way. God is with us, strengthening our faith from within and giving us God's unfailing grace.
Amen to that.
Amen.